Alright, welcome back. I got another spyderco for you, as promised. This is your daily vitamin K. What I mean by that is knives, your daily vitamin knives. Anyways, so this one is the Spyderco Caly 3.5. Yeah. With ZDP and 420J2 steel. Anyways, it's very beautiful. Let's talk blades because that's what we're into. So we'll go ahead and get into it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Gots to. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a little smaller than I expected, but it's all right. I think. Oh, okay. You know what? It's just like the pictures. The last time I saw a picture of this and someone did this, it actually looked like kind of a 4-finger wide type knife. So it's not huge by any means, but it's not exactly small either. A little bit of knife oil there. That's okay. So here it is. The Caly. Now one thing that kind of stands off, I want to say, is the carbon fiber handle scales. So that's really nice. It's already thin in appearance. And if I'm correct, this might be a Tai Chung. I got this feeling that it might be a Tai Chung model, which is good because I love Tai Chung Spyderco knives. So, all right. That's interesting. That is very interesting. All right, so it's not a Tai Chung model. It does say Japan on there. Spyderco ZDP 189 420J2. So basically what that means, you can probably kind of sort of see it. If you look on the spine there, you should see kind of a line in the center of the spine right there. You can see that. Hopefully you can. That core is ZDP 189. It's sandwiched with the 420J2 steel, which right there we go. Focused 420J2 steel. The powder steel is in the middle. Japanese powdered steel. Very, very nice. Very nice. A little smaller than expected, but the 3.5, you know, it's okay. Very, very nice. Very light. Very, very light. Kind of an expensive knife. $220.50. Now, a lot of times I say this about knives. You don't really get to see the knife unless you actually get to handle it. Put it in your hand and you really get to feel it, just how nice it is and just how pretty the knife can actually be. You can choke up like so, because you got the jimping on both sides right here, or you can go back to the normal grip, which this small handle, even though it has that, you know, forward grip on there, you still get that reach. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, this knife is exactly what I expected it to be. Of course, the only thing that I don't like about this knife and what led me to not want to buy it is the fact that this is all solid pin construction. Here, here, and here. You cannot disassemble this knife, nor should you. It'll void the Spyderco warranty. But that just means that you can't take this apart. So you would have to go in there and get some pressurized air to blow it all out. If you get any dirt or lint or in there, you can always do it that way, or take a fine brush of some kind to get in there in the middle, or a few toothpicks like I've seen a few of my friends do. But one thing that is good is you can adjust the pivot. So even though the pivot might not look like it, bam, you got that right there. So it's not a complete loss. You can still adjust the pivot if needed. I don't know why, but I always get a little scared I think this is real. I'm pretty sure it is. But every time I get a Spyderco, sometimes I feel like I've gotten a fake. Only because, I don't know, maybe it's the scare of me getting a fake. But this, I'm pretty sure, is a real thing. It's just the way that it looks. It just looks, I don't know. Either way, this is still a beautiful knife. It is Spyderco. Why not? And, no, this is not a Tai Chung model. I thought it would be. Just the way that it came off. But it's still pretty nice. It says Japan on there. Spyderco ZDP 189. So, I don't know. This is just a little off to me. I don't know why. Just a little. If they put Japan, why can't they put Seki City on there? Does that scream fake to you guys? I don't know. Maybe it actually does say that. See, now I'm all going all over the place with this. Let's see what else you get with this thing. Yeah. Now I'm getting a little paranoid. So you get some literature. Of course, this tells you about the blade steels and all that. So there it is. Spyderco ZDP 189. The cool thing about ZDP 189, I actually have this in another. It's a Endura model that I have, the ZDP 189. And I can tell you it's a really tough steel. And then, of course, you get the... Get this. So, really cool stuff. If you want to pause it to read it, you can. You get a good idea. You know. And of course, you get the little foam insert in there. So it looks real to me. I think it is. It just seems a little off at first. Now, the only thing I have to say that is a downer of this knife provides no real grip because the carbon fiber is literally just flat. It's polished, but it's flat. So you have no grip other than the shape of the handle itself that gives you that grip. So I think that's also a down. So the first down is the pin construction. The second down would be the not so much grip on this. But it is a very nice, to me, gentleman folder of a Spyderco knife. So it would go alongside with the Shemp Bowie. Because, you know, Spydercos that cost $200, I greatly believe are the kinds of ones you don't want to beat up too much. You kind of want to baby. But they're really, really beautiful knives, to say the least. I'm starting to like Spyderco more and more. And if you're wondering what I'm carrying right now, I'll go ahead and show ya. If you haven't seen this in my last video, this is my Paramilitary 2. And yes, I fixed the pocket clip on this. It's just the lip is kind of a low rise. You can see that. So getting it in the pocket is kind of a pain, but once it's in the pocket, it doesn't take very long. You just got to make sure it catches onto the pocket. It slides in. Titanium, whenever you bend it, you have to bend it where you know, like I bend it right around here. So that way this goes down and this stays this shape right here. So it, you know, when you fasten it on there, it just, you know, it's going to do what it needs to do. So that's what I did, and it worked out just fine. Kind of guy, I mean, what do you expect? This, you know, 9 and change. It's the Paramilitary 2 with the Maximet steel. So that's what I'm carrying right now. That is my new EDC, at least for a little while until I get tired of it, and then I switch back to whatever. Or switch around. I might even be carrying this one. Another good thing about this knife is that it has the wire clip. Another thing that I really love about Spyderco is they do really well with their deep carry wire clips. They are phenomenal. And I really do like it. I really, really do. So this is going to be one of those pretty knives that you just don't want to mess up, you know. We'll go ahead and get into the specs of this knife. If I can. Still new. We'll go ahead and we'll do the weight first. This does feel pretty light for what it is. You're looking at a 3.01 ounces. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Going to the length of this knife. Looking at 3.5 inches overall with a 3 1/8 inch cutting edge with a 7.5, give or take 7 5/8 altogether length. And you do see the liners in there. I don't need to bust out anything too harmonious for that. And it is milled very well, actually, for weight reduction. So you can see the milling right there. They milled out a lot on this thing to make it super light. So that's always good. So let's go ahead and get into the thickness or the width of things. 2.4 on the blade, and on the handle you're looking at a 9.1. So that is pretty damn slim. And if I don't say so myself, I think that it's probably even slimmer than my PM2. And it is. It is. Whoa. Not by a substantial amount, but oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm keeping it straight. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty substantial right there. I'm trying not to rub it up against this thing way too much. That's really nice. It's really, really nice. And of course, let's go ahead and get into the comparison of this, because I actually want to see how. So it's about the same blade length. Just about. So if I line it up, yeah. Oh, look at that. It's the same blade length. The paramilitary is literally just a hair longer. Just a hair longer, but putting, yeah, it's literally the same length. It's just a different blade shape. That leaf blade shape is really, really attractive, I have to say. Closing it is kind of a chore, but that's only because it's new. So, I don't know. If you're interested in this little guy, I'm pretty sure there's a bigger version of this, which I would have really loved to get my hands on, but this is good for the price. I mean, considering that this thing was $220. This Caly is just one of those pretty knives that you just don't want to mess up too much, you know? And for the size, it's actually not that bad. Could you use this in self-defense? Sure. Why not? But heaven forbid you ever have to. This thing's way too pretty for that. But who cares, right? If you want to see how sharp it is, no, I'm just kidding. I'll go ahead and show you how sharp it is. Got some paper right here. And we'll go ahead and show the glory of how sharp. So yeah, that's a spyderco for you. Look at that. That is just insanely sharp. I have to admit, man, I'm actually really impressed. And of course, the ZDP 189 is pretty resilient for that, so I guess I can't complain too much, right? Anyways, if you guys like what I had to offer today, go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe. Show your boy a little bit of love if you can in the comment section down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video.